Whew. All right, everybody, it is 15 degrees out there. We're going to gain maybe 10 degrees for the rest of the day, and it's windy as well. So it's a cold one for you out there. Listen, it is time now for us to talk about what's happening with the Better Business Bureau. And as you know, Alex Guardiola, and we continue here in the new year, has been coming by. And Alex, you've been bringing some of the great accredited businesses of the Better Business Bureau with you, and that's the case today, as we're going to be hearing from Ryan Matson in just a moment.
Yeah, so Happy New Year to everybody. Appreciate again the collaboration with Radio Worcester, and it's a good opportunity to showcase some of our great accredited businesses. Here in a little west of us, we have today Braley Wellington Insurance Agency. Ryan Matson, who is one of the vice presidents and a broker over there. He's an agent. He does it all. He knows he's been in this world for a long time, so it's exciting to have him here. For those who don't know, Braley's located on 44 Park Ave, and they've been accredited with the Better Business Bureau for almost 27 years. So it goes to show you how important it is to be part of the BBB, because they want to showcase that they're a trustworthy business, a business you should want to do business with.
Ryan, this is fantastic. So tell us a little bit about Braley Wellington, and then we'll talk a little bit about why it's so important to be an accredited business, that you've done it for almost 3 decades now.
Happy New Year to everybody out there. Braley Wellington, we've been our oldest. We actually have 4 agencies that fly under that flag. Braley Wellington right on Park Ave, 44 Park Ave. C.D. Whitney in Millbury, Hernaby Conant, formerly of Auburn, and then P.J. Ferguson up in Leominster, Mass. C.D. Whitney actually has been around since the 1880s. Braley Wellington, our latest form took form back in the 1970s, and we've been growing ever since. We've added a number of businesses since, but obviously been a part of the Better Business Bureau that most of that time. We're an independent agent that specializes in both personal and commercial lines of business. On the personal side, we'll do your home, auto, boat, your umbrella insurance. Being an independent agent, we work with everybody that's out there, so we're not just stuck to one carrier, as a lot of different people might have in the industry out there. On the commercial side, we've historically done a lot in the fuel industry. We have a very diverse book of business, working with small and large clients across the spectrum. The Better Business Bureau is actually one of our clients, and the nice thing about the Better Business Bureau, and I think what our mission is as a company, is that we're trying to give peace of mind to our clients. And the Better Business Bureau, by being an accredited Better Business Bureau member, I think that helps with the mission of giving peace of mind to our clients.
Right. That's a great point, Alex. The fact is that people look for that BBB accreditation.
Yeah, no, absolutely. Again, we do our vetting process a little easier with a Braley Wellington, who's been around for a long time and that continues to be, an A+ accredited business. But again, when folks come to us, we want to, make them feel, all warm and fuzzy that they're doing business with the right folks. And, Braley's a perfect example of that. We're excited to have them. And again, as Ryan mentioned, we are a client of theirs. That's how much we believe in them.
Yeah, Ryan, tell me a little bit. Are there things that Braley Wellington and the others that you really focus on when it comes to insurance?
I'm sorry, like client-wise? Or
yeah, is there a specialty for Braley Wellington, or just all full service for all insurance needs?
Yeah, so it's specific to the property and casualty side of the business, right? So you're obviously insuring your building that you're in, and insuring the liabilities that you might face as a business or as an individual. We have a pretty even book on both personal lines of business, but also commercial lines of business. But I think, we've grown over the years, and specifically we grew a lot in the fuel industry. So, gas stations, fuel distributors, companies like that across the country for a lot of years. We've even grown since then, and now we're spread out across all industries, especially on the small business side, and mostly local to Central Mass here, and up in P.J. Ferguson, up in Leominster, and so what we have here. The nice thing that we have is, as a lot of other agencies continue to get bought up by larger agencies, we still have that local appeal. We still have You can walk in, you can come hand off your
Right.
paperwork and get it done, and we give you that interaction on a daily basis, and we're there for you. But I think we represent our clients, whatever the industry, especially like unique, hard to get insurance.
Yeah.
We always seem to find a solution. Because we're a large but small agency, we have those personal relationships with both the insurance carrier and our clients to really kind of work through those difficult situations in getting insurance.
I mean, that's what people want. People want that personal touch. They also need somebody who's large enough to be able to take care of all their needs. And as you said, sometimes somebody comes walking in and it's just very unique. What do most small businesses need? And do they know, particularly for the small businesses, do they even know what insurance they need when they first come walking in?
A new business typically no. I think that's always a big surprise to them is when they realize all the different lines of coverage they might need. But at the end of the day, it comes down to your property, your liability, a professional liability policy, depending on what kind of industry you're in. So there are, with each client though, you need to have a discovery conversation. You really need to try to dig into what it is they actually do and where their possible risk exposure is. And that's what we're trying to do is just make sure that they're comfortable, we're comfortable, and they're going to be. We're not going to underinsure them because we're protecting ourselves, but we're protecting them as well, and that's our largest goal.
Well, as you said, peace of mind. I'll tell you, lately, these last couple of years, it seems to me, I know that you located in Leominster. Who would have ever thought that you needed maybe some flood insurance up in Leominster or some of the other things that we have seen that you just never would have thought of, and all of a sudden now you have to go out and get insurance on.
Yep, and the more things that happen, the more challenging it is to get it as a business. So you really need an agent that, whether it's us or someone else, you really need somebody that's going to be working for you to try to deliver your story to the insurance carriers out there.
Ryan, I was interested because you said that one of the things that certainly Braley Wellington really kind of started out and specialized in was when it came to the petroleum, the gas stations and things. That must be, because you had mentioned, people who come in with unique needs. That must be, I mean, you're running that gas station or something. That must be unique. That's different than the guy who's just setting up his business in the office building if you're got your fuel tanks and everything.
Yeah, I think that's a good story to tell about us, in that it kind of shows the uniqueness of us as a company and the different lines of business that we can bring to our clients, because it is such a difficult industry to insure. And not every broker out there or every carrier can just go ahead and say, oh yeah, we can handle this for you. There's a lot of no's that come in that industry. So you have to work through each individual business uniquely to try to get them what's available. And fortunately, we've had enough experience in the industry for years that we really do well in that industry.
Wow. Yeah. I mean, it's fascinating.
Yeah, and just as Ryan touched upon, there are a lot of smaller agencies that are getting gobbled up by these national brands and international brands, and you do lose that personal touch. Having somebody locally like Braley to be able to have you sit down and, all right, let's talk about what you need, and make you feel comfortable with the fact that you have somebody here who cares about your company and wants you to be successful and not be exposed to any kind of liability. I've seen time and time again, folks just didn't know they needed something. And when push comes to shove and all of a sudden the bad happens, they're short on dollars because they didn't have that insurance policy and the coverage. And I think that's it's so important. That education piece that Braley can give you is really important for the future of your company and protection of all your assets and all the things that you've been working hard for.
With this being an accredited business, but really particularly with you, Alex, and Ryan being here together, I'm struck by the fact also that clearly businesses, whether it's the BBB or Braley Wellington, that believe so much in community and being visible in that community. I mean, honestly, I don't think I can go to an event that is happening in Worcester or probably anywhere in Central Mass that I'm not going to see one of the two of you at that event talking to people and talking about what it is that you do.
Yeah, I think that's a really key point that, we are ingrained in the community, both the BBB, myself personally, or my staffers, but also Braley Wellington and their workers and their staffers. I see them at the different business association meetings. I see them at various networking events. But I think they're doing this so people know that they are here, just like I do. I'm here. You can catch me somewhere. I promise you. You just wait a half hour. I'm going to show up. But no, I think that's just a good point that being part of the community is such a key part of doing business here in Worcester and Central Massachusetts. We're so ingrained here.
You know, I feel like I want to be a resource to my clients in whatever way I possibly can. I get calls about, you know, somebody needs a CPA, somebody needs health insurance, somebody needs something unique that we don't necessarily work, but because of our involvement in the community, because of relationships like we have with the Better Business Bureau or the Chamber or different things like that, we're able to have the knowledge of what our clients need so that they can focus on their day-to-day business, and we're out there in the community and representing them in a number of ways.
Ryan, where do people get a hold of you for all their insurance needs?
Braley Wellington Insurance, BraleyWellingtonGroup.com. We're right online, but also right on 44 Park Ave. Stop in, say hi, come ask for me. But my email is rmatson@BraleyWellingtonGroup.com. Feel free to reach out. Would love to hear from you. And if you ever have any questions out there, we're available.
Ryan Matson, thank you so much for coming in. Alex, what else do we need to know?
No, you know, we're 2025. We're off to a run, and we have our events coming up. We have some seminars that folks should be wary of. We're doing as I mentioned in the past, we're doing a little event with in collaboration with the Auburn Chamber of Commerce, the Realtors Association of Central Massachusetts, and Bay State Bank. We have an expert panel coming in, and we haven't disclosed who's going to be there, but people are going to be really excited about who's going to be speaking. So please come to our website, bbb.org. You can check out all the information, register. Space is limited. It's a free event for our accredited business members, and if you want to join and get to talk about the volatile, market for access to capital. I mean, we talked about this with insurance, right? With interest rates, right? We don't know what it is just yet, but that has been an issue for development, for buying a house, for investing in your own business or home. I think it's an important one, so we're excited to kind of start these process and have more and more of these educational pieces.
We check in with the BBB every Tuesday at this time right here on AM 830 WCRN. That's Radio Central. And, of course, we're always streaming at RadioWorcester.com.